Hello, beautiful and wonderful people. Welcome to StormcrowOne. I'm going to color a picture today because why not? It's a lot of fun. Good way to warm up and get things going. Now, before I do that, you might be wondering, hey, Stormcrow, you haven't been around for a little while. You haven't been live for a little bit. Nice seeing your videos get uploaded. I know, it's good that I'm actually uploading things, but where have you been? Well, I've got news for you, sorta. I've been working on some artwork for the channel, which you'll see soon. I'll even show it to you. Look at this. Look at this. It's nothing super special. I'm not exactly an artist, but I just wanted to make something to use for the channel, for all the videos that I upload. But there's a reason that I've been busy. Haven't been exactly around for a week or so now. So if you don't know, well, okay, I made artwork. I made some artwork for the channel. And then I wasn't quite happy with it, so I sort of made it again. And then, like a dummy, I saved it. But Stormcrow, don't you want to save your artwork? Don't you want to save whatever you've made? Well, yes, but I saved it as a JPEG. Now, if you don't know, JPEGs don't do this. You might be wondering what does this have to do with? What does that mean? Well, this is transparent. This is a transparent layer. When you save it as a JPEG, it does this, which is not see-through, which means I can't put something underneath it to... This is supposed to go on top of the thumbnail. Like a smarty, like a real smart person. I didn't do that. I didn't do that. So, good news. We've got some cool artwork to put up on the channel. I've got to start replacing all the thumbnails with actual good thumbnails, is the plan. And the bad news, the silly news is that I saved it wrong, so I had to redo it like 3 times. So, yeah. But here we are. Here we are now. I've made a few adjustments to my sound levels as well. Made a few adjustments to sound levels. Last time we did the Under the Sea, so hopefully things are sounding a bit more, well, I mean, I don't know. I want to say a bit more normal, but I think they sounded normal before. I just sort of balanced my audio levels a bit better, I think. That's the idea anyways. So, we're going to color a picture. We're going to start by coloring a picture. And then after that, I've got, I've got like 5-ish hours or so that maybe we'll actually finish a game today. Wouldn't that be cool? That would be pretty sweet. Now that I've actually pretty well caught up on my uploads, I think, mostly. I mean, would I say that I've pretty much caught up on my uploads by this point. I'm a couple days behind still, so I still have a bit to do, but for the most part, we're looking good. So now that I've done that, I'm pretty sure that I want to actually finish Graveyard Keeper. Pretty certain that's what I want to do. Graveyard Keeper was a fun experience, but I'm done with it, and having it looming over my head is a little eh. I want to move on to something else. So we're going to finish up with Graveyard Keeper, and then find something else to do. I should have some time this week to make some content. I don't have any children with me this coming weekend. Which means that I have plenty of time to make more content for you. And for me, because it's also fun for me. So, first thing we're doing is coloring in another picture, because coloring is nice. It's a good way to wind up or wind down, depending on what you're doing. So, I invite you to bring out your coloring books or sketchbook, whatever you want to do. Pull something out and join me. We can color together. We'll see what we can make. You know, all of this coloring led me to want to make that new artwork for the channel. Which, you know, sure, it does take a little bit of time, and I'm not exactly doing it in a pixel coloring way, but it is a pixelated piece of artwork, if you look closely. And it was fun to do. It was fun to do. Other news I have for you this week includes I've added new music to the playlist. Now that I've started playing StarCraft again, StarCraft 2 specifically, I've added StarCraft music into the playlist. Because some of the StarCraft music is actually pretty good, if you ask me. Especially the Terran music. Especially the Terran music. I also have a follower goal. I've started a follower goal. Thank you, Twitch, for allowing me to do that right through Twitch itself. No extra add-ons. I just have a follower goal now of 200. We're only 5 away from that at this moment in time. Do I have anything special I plan to do once I hit 200? No. I have no idea what kind of special thing I would even want to do, other than to thank you for joining me and being here and hanging out and supporting. It doesn't take much to support. Just hanging out and watching is all it takes, all you need. So, I hope you all have had a good time recently, this past week or so, or whatever time it is for you. I hope you've been having a good one. I have personally been in a bit of a slump. There are some times where by the time I'm done working, I am exhausted. You know, I like what I do. It's nice to be able to help people. You know, not everybody is quite as gifted with the use of technology. Some people have some troubles with it. And for some people, that's truly not their fault at all. That's just the way things are. Technology doesn't always work properly. But for myself, I tend to have pretty good, either I'm good with technology or I just know how to find my solutions. I'm not sure. But whatever it is, I'm happy to lend that help to other people. Unfortunately, not many people, not all people, realize that you're there to help. A lot of people just want someone to get angry at. which is fine, you know, it's their right to have whatever feelings they want to have. But personally, I would like to not have to rely on those angry people to make a living. You know? Now, my particular line of work doesn't make me a ton of money. You know, nothing super special. Which is sort of a good thing if you think about it. It means that the bar that I have to hit, the bar that I've set, the goal that I have to be able to make a living off of doing something like this, if it works out for me, isn't that high. I don't have to make that much money to be successful at this, in my opinion. You know, if I can earn a basic living off of doing what I like to do, yeah, I'd love to. Absolutely. I'm gonna turn that sensitivity down a bit. Feels nicer. I have different mouse sensitivities, different mouse speeds. This is what I normally use. This is what I normally use for general browsing and such. But I find this, yeah, I find this just more comfortable for doing things like this, particularly if I'm just on the one screen here. When I'm working across multiple screens, it's nicer to have the higher DPS? Damage per second? No, I'm thinking of, wow. Guess that happens when you when you play so many games, sometimes you think of the wrong acronyms. DPI, dots per inch. I like having a lower DPI when I'm just working on one screen, or when I'm not in so much of a hurry. Things like that. And I certainly am not in a hurry. I certainly am not in a hurry. I want to be here for a long time, and that's not a race. It's not a race to get everything done as fast as possible, though of course the faster I can do things, the more I can do for you, which is an interesting way to think. It's also kind of a bad way to think, because I would rather make good content for you than to just rush through everything just to get done with it. You know what I mean? I hope so. I hope that makes sense. You know, I've spent so long in the past 10 years. I've spent so long being in such a hurry, either, well, I mean, not either for other people, but actually for other people. I've just been in such a hurry in the past 10 years for other people, whether it's for a job, for a partner, for school, for anything. Everybody is always in such a hurry. And of course, part of that is that there's so much content out there to consume that it's tough to actually find the time to engage with it all. In fact, you can't. You just can't. We have so much content available to us that there just isn't time to engage with it all, even if you want to. I mean, I have found in the past few years that I have had to intentionally just disengage with some content because I just don't have time for it. You know, there's a lot of TV shows that I would really like to watch, but truthfully, I just don't have a lot of time for that unless I sacrifice time that I would like to put into doing this. Oops. That's what I wanted. So, now that I'm done with making my channel artwork, you may notice I also have a new, I also have a slightly updated avatar. Or profile picture, whatever you want to call it. If you take a look at that, you may notice the bird's been updated. I like it. Again, didn't take much. I'm not like a super artist of any kind, but it was fun for me to make. Fun for me to do, and I like it. And I'm very pleased with the artwork that I've made. Now that I'm done with that artwork, I don't have to think about that anymore. That was something that I was considering that I would need to or want to do at some point. Not a big fan of that one. Need to make some updates to the playlist. I've added some music. I also need to remove some music. And here is one of those new pieces that have been added. Oh, lovely. Lovely. One of the Zerg pieces of music from the first StarCraft game, StarCraft Brood War. I do plan to get into StarCraft Brood War. I plan to get into that. I don't know exactly when. StarCraft 2 at this point is, you know, an ongoing thing that will happen here and there and whenever from time to time. And as I play that, I will likely get into Brood War as well. I've been very interested in the idea of getting into the multiplayer of Brood War. I mean, the last time I even tried to do that was before Brood War Remastered came out. Way back years ago when I really had no idea about my ability to control a strategy game basically was zero. It was basically nothing. So I'm interested to give that a try again. It's likely that I'm going to lose a lot of games. So if you're interested in watching someone learn to be good at a game, or just be terrible at it, either way, there will be something for you to watch. With StarCraft 2, internally I feel a little bit of pressure, as though I should be really good at it, because I have been really good at it before, but really it doesn't matter that much. It doesn't truly matter that much. I actually play it just for fun. Oh, so many extra pixels that I've hit here. How terrible. How terrible. it's really not that bad. This is an excellent opportunity to... Oh, I didn't even see that. Excellent opportunity to enjoy the music that has been added to the list and to remember the music that I need to remove from the list. Because for some reason I haven't done that yet. Didn't even think about it. I was just so excited to get the new music on the list that I just went ahead with it. So, what's the plan for today? You may ask. Stormcrow, what is the plan for today? Are you just going to be coloring for 6 hours? No. I want to finish up with Graveyard Keeper. I'm pretty certain that I'm like quite close to the end of that game. I do like 100%ing achievements in games whenever possible, but yeah, I'm not terribly upset about Graveyard Keeper. There is one achievement that I know for certain that I can't get because I chose a different path in the game. So, I've decided that I will leave it be. It's possible that I might play it again one day just to get the last achievement. More likely I would play it on my own to get that last achievement. On my own time. Because, you know, there are not many games that I play on my own. Part of that is I just don't have a lot of time outside of when I'm actually live and making these videos to play games. And part of that is that I don't want to. There's a lot of games that I just don't want to play without making a video on it. So that's sort of what I like to do, so. We are running out of ones. We're running out of ones, then we'll take a zoom out and we'll see if we can get any guesses in on what this might be. I did see a moon up there earlier. So it is looking like probably some kind of night scene of some kind. Some kind of night scene of some kind. Good English. Good English. Words are hard sometimes. Especially when you're doing something and trying to talk at the same time. Don't know if you've ever tried to do that yourself. It's not always easy. Not always easy. And that's okay. There's 6 of them left. 6 ones left somewhere. We'll find them, I'm sure. Here's one. There's another couple. We'll find more. Okay, so there's a moon up here. And some clouds by the looks of it. Gee, we're already like halfway done. Okay, any guesses so far? Any guesses so far on what this might be? I don't have any. Any specific. It looks like a nighttime landscape of some sort. With a beautiful moon in there. These are probably like hills or mountains in the background. With some clouds. By the looks of it. Or these might just be clouds here too. I'm gonna go down to the bottom. We're gonna go with number 4. Oh, what good Zerg music. The Brood War music was so much better than StarCraft 2. There's a couple pieces of music from StarCraft 2, particularly the Terran music was good. The other music for the Zerg and Protoss, I was pretty disappointed in them. I didn't really find them to be all that engaging, or, you know, it's a lot of background, you know, creepy crawlies and squishies and things like that. Not a lot of, I don't know, not a lot of things that make me want to move, which is my favorite kind of music. So most of our channel music that we play for pretty much anything will be good music that gets us one to move, is the plan anyway. That is the plan, but it will all be music from games that we've played or related to games that we've played on this channel. That is the goal. That is very likely to be one of the next games that I play. It could even be the very next game that I do play. Could be Age of Wonders. I've always loved Age of Wonders ever since my childhood, when my uncle actually got it for me on disc. I remember having a demo of it way back. And, you know, it was a demo with one scenario in it. One, you know, tutorial sort of campaign mission, and that was it. And I fell in love with that game. And to this day, I still enjoy it. It's got great music. I've always wanted to make a series on it, so we certainly will. I started that a couple months ago, and I'll continue that very soon. No, didn't see that one there either. After playing all through Age of Wonders 1, that will open us up to Age of Wonders 2, which I've never played all the way through. And that will then open us up to Age of Wonders 3, which I bought but never got into because I didn't finish with Age of Wonders 2. So I have it because I know I like the series, but I've never played it, because I wanted to finish the earlier games first. one of the many games that I've picked up over the years that I've always wanted to start a channel like this and get going with it, but I've just never been able to do so until now. And now that I'm done with now that I've finally made the artwork that I was waiting on, and I've figured out a system to uploading my videos that makes me happy. I think we're in a good place. I think we're in a pretty good place. So whether you want to watch live, I do make all my content live. That is the way that I prefer to make it, even if most people watch in the future, in the recorded videos on YouTube. I will still try to interact with you as much as I can. If you want to comment on my videos, I will respond as often as I can, to as much as I can. Okay. As I'm looking at the colors here, oops, wrong button. As I'm looking at the colors here, I'm noticing it's very grayscale. There's not much colors to this, actually. It's still looking like some kind of nighttime hill scene of some sort. Let's go with 13. Gee, when you only put good music on the playlist, it's so good. And I realize I haven't played Into the Breach on this channel as of yet. I certainly will play Into the Breach. I know I will. I've played it before. The last time I played it was before they came out with the free content update, and I already liked it then. A very fun game to play. Pretty good game to watch, I think. As time goes on, we'll find more and more games that are fun to play and replay. Do need to find those staple games that bring people back. Again and again and again. We'll get there. We'll get there. It starts with just being live and just making content and committing to it. Easier said than done. Easier said than done. Or at least it used to be. It used to be easier said than done. But now, as long as my kids aren't here, you've got me. Pretty much full-time. Well, could be full-time anyways. My goodness, if I could just do this for 8 hours a day, you've no idea. You've no idea just how happy that would make me. So, to that end, for that purpose, I'm still not gonna commit to being live every single day. That was my initial goal. January 3rd of this year was that day that I decided upon that, but that I've decided is not quite attainable. I don't want to be live for 1 hour every day, just to be live for 1 hour every day. Does that make sense? I don't want to be live just to be live, just because I said I would. I want to be live because I want to, because it's fun, and I want to make good content. So sometimes that does mean that I actually need to take time to not be live, to not be making content. I can't possibly be doing this 24/7. I wish I could, but I do actually need time to upload some videos, and every once in a while I need to take a mental break. And that's mostly because repeating the same thing to people every single day, repeating the same thing to people over and over and over, and arguing with them, well, them arguing with me, is really tiring for me. But one day, if everything goes well, we'll be doing this. And I don't have to argue. I don't have to argue with anyone. I can do this because I want to, because it's fun, because you like it. And my goodness, if there's anything that really grinds my gears, or there's anything about customer service that really, really gets to me, it's the phone quality. It's just the simple phone quality. I mean, that might be the most tiring part of it all, is not having to argue with people, but how much you have to strain and focus to be able to understand what people are saying. There's so many different accents out there, and the quality of people's connections is not always great. And most of the time it's okay, but there are enough situations where people just can't hear you, or where people just want to argue with you, or there's a communication difficulty between accents or languages or things like that. It's tough. It's tiring. This is the Happy Refugee theme from Graveyard Keeper. Okay, we're getting a good picture here. There's even a reflection down here, so there's some water. This is certainly a nighttime scene with some hills in the background. This could be, I don't know if these are hills or if it's supposed to be like city. Based on the 7s and 8s here, this could be lights, nighttime scene. It's very nice. I like it. My older daughter recently found a video where they were doing some coloring challenge. It made me think. So it made me think of this. There is a timed mode. Whoops. There is a timed mode for this game. I don't know if perhaps you compete in coloring challenges. Seems like a stressful way to color, if you ask me. I just like to color for fun. I like to color for fun. Now, sure, I am coloring in something of someone else's design. I don't exactly have my own choice of what I want to color this as, but that's okay. Sometimes it's nice to just have something to guide you. Something peaceful. If you've never bought yourself an adult coloring book, you should try it. You're missing out. If you've never tried something like this, this is free. This is free. I haven't paid anything for this yet. I might. I might in the future. But as of right now, I haven't paid anything for this at all. This is totally free. If you don't already have Steam, you could get Steam. And you could do this too. Whether you want to color the same pictures that I've colored or find different ones, you sure can. Maybe you want to color them and see if you can catch up to me. Though that might be a little stressful. You don't need to do that. That's okay. That is okay. Oh my goodness. Really? I didn't think that I did that, but I did. That's fair. That's fair. This is oddly a fun way. So if you want to try and be fast about it, or even if you don't, this is actually a good way to work on mouse accuracy. Now you don't have to have it set up like me. I have mine set up so that if I do this, it uncolors things and I have to recolor it. You don't have to do that. You do not have to do that. You can, but you surely don't have to. Whoops. It is, in my opinion, a fun way, a neat way to work on mouse accuracy. If that's something that you feel you need to or want to work on, try this. It's actually quite nice. It's just, you don't need anything else. Just a mouse. I also recommend finding some good music to listen to. Make yourself a playlist of your favorite songs. It's very nice. It's very peaceful. Or find a show to watch. There's a lot of other coloring that I've done in the past that I've done while watching a show. It's just a very nice, peaceful way to spend some time. Feeling stressed? Having troubles calming down your mind? Find something to color. Anything. Or just draw. I guess something that I really want everyone out there to know, whoever you are, wherever you are, it's okay. It's okay to just have fun, to do things for you, like this. You don't always have to be doing something. It doesn't always have to be productive or work. Course, it is important to get work done, for sure. And it is important to take care of your responsibilities, but it's also important to take time for you. I haven't had a lot of time to do that in the past 10 years. I've been very busy with all sorts of other things. Work, family, worrying about money. Oh boy. I mean, if you're a human being, you have probably at some point in your life worried about money. Let me tell you, there's been quite a bit of that. You know, life changes have helped with that recently. I don't have to worry about that quite so much, though there is a part of me that still wonders, what will I do with myself? You know, if this doesn't work out, that's okay. I still have a job. But I'm sure, if you're anything like me, you may have also concerned yourself with, what kind of a future do I have? You know, am I gonna make it? And you know what? You can do it. You can. I can. We all can. And we can do it together. We'll make it. We all will. Together. Right? We'll make it together. Every time I hear the Dark Rain music, every time I think I should go back to that game at some point. Just for fun. I should go back to that game. Probably nothing too big or in-depth, but it sort of is a fun game to pull up every once in a while. There are some channels on YouTube. There's one in particular that every once in a while they upload some multiplayer Dark Reign games. Personally, I can't stand the AI in that game. There is, I mean, just playing single player in Dark Reign, there tends to be, the game starts off real good, but I assume somewhere in the programming, the more units there are in the game, the longer they take to respond to commands. I'm sure there's some reason for that in the programming. You know, it was created a long time ago, but I've played strategy games now, newer ones that probably have more optimized code as the units respond faster consistently all the time. So it's hard to want to ever play Dark Reign in multiplayer. I don't think I could do it. I don't think I could do it. I need to slow down my mouse clicks just a little bit. I'm just missing things or grazing over things just a smidge. So, as we reach the end of this particular piece of artwork, we're at the 90% range now. As we get to the end of this, I hope I've said something helpful to someone out there. I hope this has been a nice experience for someone. That's really all I can hope for, that somewhere out there, someone has a better day. I hope someone has a better day. Hey, here's something that just popped into my head. I don't know if you've ever tried to make a joke over the phone. Have you ever tried to make a joke over the phone? Boy, let me tell you, maybe it's different for other people who work customer service. For me, oh my goodness, let me tell you, anytime someone makes a joke over the phone, it's not funny. It's not funny. Maybe not any. There are times where people do actually find funny things to say, but let me tell you, for the 1000th time, you telling me that you're here to give me your money, it's not funny. There's that one. I don't know. There's a lot of people out there who like to try to make a joke when they're specifically, I take payments is what I do. I specifically take payments all day. And there are a lot of people who try to make these jokes about, you know, that, oh, here, what's the one that I get? one that I get so often. Do you have any other questions? Yes, do you have $1 million? Or yes, what's the winning lottery tickets? You wouldn't believe how many times I've heard people make that same joke. And it's not funny. I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why it can't be that we just can't. You know, it's okay to just have an interaction with someone and not try to make a joke. That's okay. Really. If there's anyone else out there who works customer service, please let me know. Do you get jokes like that too? Is it just me? Or do other people try to make jokes to you about that kind of thing too? And like, you know, when you've heard it for the 200th time or more, do you find it funny? Do you still find that funny? I'm curious. I'm quite curious. Please let me know. Oh, there's another one. This is, I'm sure you can see me moving here. This is good music. The music they made for Dark Rain, though the AI may not be programmed perfectly to work exactly as I would like, optimally at all times, the music they made for the game was really good. I missed. Fix that. It was so close. So close, but I missed. Well, there's a couple more twos here. I didn't even see them. Oops. Went over a little too far on that. What is this from? Ah, Mountain Home. From Dwarf Fortress. That is a game that... I mean, I'm sorry I haven't played Dwarf Fortress on stream. I don't know when I will, but the music is really good. It's such an in-depth game that it's tough to get into. Like, it will take quite a bit to get into it, I believe. For me, because I don't have a ton of experience with that type of game. It's just a very deep game. Nearly done, 98%. We're almost done. Almost done with this. These... Oh, that's so pretty. I didn't realize that. That's like a... like the sort of golden sheen off the tops of the clouds. Lighted up from the yellow moon. Love it. It's very pretty. I didn't even realize what that was until now. So the next thing that I need to work on for the channel at this point, my next goal, outside of just making videos, is to just curate the musical playlist just a little bit more. I've got, whoops, a couple songs in here that I'm not a big fan of. Just some that I like less than others. So I want to remove those so there's more room for the music that I do like. So we'll work on that. And there we have it. There we have it. There is the night sky, is what that is, and specifically called the night sky. Now, I did realize this was a night scene, so, you know, woohoo, great, we got there. If you got that guess right of the night sky or something to do with a nighttime scene, fantastic, good job. That's all for this piece of artwork. So we're gonna go ahead and leave that there, and thank you for joining me. Hopefully, you'll come back when I'm live again next. I do need to take myself a break. It's very important to do that. Stretch my legs, get some liquids, things like that. And then I plan to be coming back next with some Graveyard Keeper. So, thank you for joining me for now. I'll see you next time at StormcrowOne.